Welcome back to the MMA Plug, powered by DenverSportsBetting.com, exclusively on Mile High Sports Radio 98.1 FM and streaming on MileHighSports.com. Excited now to bring in a 50-fight MMA veteran who has been training here in Colorado at Factory X for a long time and is coming off a performance of the night victory over Devin Clark last November. He gets back to work at UFC 261 this weekend. He is the former UFC light heavyweight title contender and number 6 ranked Anthony Lionheart Smith. Anthony, it's your Colorado connection of Kurtz and Kruck. Welcome back to the MMA Plug, my man.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. I'm just I'm hanging out here in the UFC bubble, kind of quarantined and hanging out, man. It's been a relaxing week, that's for sure.
It's got to be nice to be out of Vegas though, and in Florida. Am I right, or is it just another hotel room?
It's just another hotel room, man. And it took longer to get here, so it's honestly, fight weeks are great for me though. The work is, it's been 10 weeks of just grinding, and just being in the trenches the whole time. So I look forward to fight week because it's a lot of naps. I do a lot of napping. I do a lot of watching bad TV. I get my workouts in. It's not too stressful for me.
Anthony, what does it mean for you to be on such a historic card, being that it's the first one to open back up to full capacity with the crowd?
Yeah, crowd.
Hey, man, I was the first one back. First sporting event back.
That's right.
I headlined that one. So, yeah, man, it's cool. It's kind of coming full circle. We were the first one. I was the main event of the first one back, first sporting event back in general, right here in Jacksonville. Man, let's hope this one goes better than that one. But and now we're back for the first one with a full capacity crowd. Man, I think this one's going to age well. I think we're going to look back on this in a few years and kind of scratch our heads and just think about how crazy that last year was. I'm excited to have the fans back, and I know people are excited. They're just itching to get to something that even feels remotely normal. So I suspect that this crowd is going to be crazy. I suspect they're going to be loud and rowdy and probably lots of drinks in them. And I think it's going to be a really fun time for everybody.
Absolutely. I'm so jealous. We're still calling LFA fights without fans. It's starting to get back to normalcy, but I'm with you. This is going to make for such a great return. And this card is just stacked. We'll break it down, Anthony. But before we do, I've been just looking at the Colorado connection, and it seems these days fighters are more likely to change gyms and move on to a different place than they are to stay with one fight team. But, you break that trend. You've been with Colorado's Factory X for a long time. How long have you been with Coach Montoya? And give us a little idea on why you've stayed with Factory X so long.
I've always kind of been a loyal guy. I trained in Omaha at my home gym, the same one that I'm at now, for essentially my whole entire career. I've been with Scott Morton my entire career. I've been with Danny Molina over 10 years. And we just needed more. We needed more. So I came to Factory X, I think in 2016. And I found everything I was looking for. There was no reason to leave, and there still is no reason to leave. Yeah. The culture there and just the brotherhood that is the Factory X team is unmatched any place I've ever been. You go to other gyms, and this isn't knocking on any of the other like super gyms, but everyone kind of does their own thing. They kind of run their own lane. They got their own workouts, and at Factory X, one time every single day, the entire team trains together. That's kind of unique these days in kind of the atmosphere that is MMA gyms. So we're all together under one roof every single day for 2 hours. And then obviously we have our strength and conditioning that we all do together as a team. Part of the team splits in the morning and does it together, and then the rest of us do it in the afternoon. So and then we do have our individual sessions, but I think that's just one little piece that makes Factory X what it is.
Anthony, you mentioned that, obviously the whole team trains together, but you're on the rather large end of the human spectrum here. So who are some of the teammates who have been helping you prepare for this fight?
Man, as always, Dustin Jacoby is my road dog there. I've been spending a lot of time with Josh Fram, a lot of time with Cody Brundage. Big Nerm, always. Cell. I mean, just all the big dudes that are there, man. And honestly, I'm one of those guys. I'll go with the little guys too. I have no problem getting rounds in with 45ers and just letting those little tiny little men maul me. You know, they're fast and they bring something different to the table that I have to deal with. So I'm in there with everyone, man. It doesn't matter who it is, amateur, pro, man, woman. I'll train with anybody.
From an entertainment perspective, I have to say it's always fun to watch you and Yusuf together.
Yeah,
man,
Yusuf is good, and he will not stop talking.
No.
And he's talking smack the whole time, and it doesn't matter if Yusuf Zalal might be the most delusional human being I've ever met in my entire life. You could choke that guy completely unconscious, and he'll wake up telling you that you're not good enough, and you'll never catch him in a submission. Like that's what makes him so great, though. He has Conor McGregor level delusion, where he just believes in himself to a astronomically ridiculous level. And if he misses, if he ends up being half as good as he thinks that he's going to be,
look out.
He'll still be a multiple time world champion.
I think if you choke him out, he still keeps jabbering. I need to see video of that, but I'm taking a wild guess on that one.
Yeah, he's still in his sleep. He's still talking smack. That's Yusuf Zalal. Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about this fight here at UFC 261. You want to build off that momentum, of course, of your last win over Devin Clark, and really to halt the rise of the Australian contender, Jimmy Kruck. Anthony, 12-1. Here's what the stats that just pop out to me as a fan. I mean, you two have combined for 46 career victories, 40 of them coming by way of stoppage. I mean, that just gets fight fans buzzing. Does that get you pumped up to fight a guy who knows how to finish an opponent just like you do?
Yeah, that means he's going to come at me. And that makes my job easier. If I don't have to chase him and he's not hiding anywhere, and he's going to come to me, that makes my job way easier because I don't have to chase him down. So, you know, I was actually just watching his media day. I think I got under his skin a little bit. We've been super respectful. And he wasn't talking trash or anything, but
right.
I can tell he's bothered by some of the things that I've said, which just means he's going to be coming that much harder.
Yeah. Anything specifically?
He's really bothered that I said that I've seen or fought 10 Jimmy Kurtz. That seemed to have bothered him. I said that he's never like that. He doesn't have the capability to bring anything to the table that I haven't seen or already dealt with before.
Yeah.
He was bothered that I said I've beaten guys that are better than him. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. It's facts. I got more losses than you got fights in total. And I'm still ranked in the top 5. So what's that tell you about my experience? So, it's just, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. But he's young. He's 24 years old. He's the youngest guy in the division. I could probably fist bump him and say what's up, and he'd probably be offended by it.
That's what I was going to lead into. I was going to say, I watched his media day, and it seemed like he was kind of taking things a little bit personally. I know for you, it's just another day. You know, I mean, you mentioned you're as tried and true, experienced veteran as it gets. For you, it's another day, but for him, you know, being that young buck, do you think that's kind of showing his inexperience?
Yeah. It's funny because at the beginning of it, he said, this is all business. And then by the end of it, he was super offended.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, you gotta lighten up a little bit, dude. I'm just answering the questions that are brought to me. And to be fair, it's not just another day to me. This fight is really important to me. This fight's really important for my career. I've trained like this. I've trained for this fight like this was a world title fight because I know that this is his world title fight.
Right.
So I have to match his energy, and we've done that. We've prepared for him. At the end of the day, I think sometimes people get too wrapped up in the emotions. Like, do you guys think that he's going to fight me, or you think he's going to hit me any harder because I hurt his feelings? Like, I don't think it matters. Like, he's coming regardless. He's going to swing hard. He's going to swing for the fences. He's going to look for takedowns. He's going to try to maul me. I don't think that changes if I hurt his feelings a little bit.
Yeah, good points. Well, You're still number 6 in the light heavyweight division. He comes in at number 13. Of course, he's trying to make a name for himself by taking out a ranked opponent like you, Anthony. You've been here before. It almost seems like this is the way things are going for you, in just the past 6 months or so. So do you feel with another victory, I mean, how close does that get you to another shot at that light heavyweight strap?
Well, I think it absolutely puts me in a position to ask for a title eliminator.
Yeah. Agreed.
I'm out here being active. I'm busy, and
Yeah.
there's not a lot of guys in the division that actually are right now. So you, like I've said before, I said in the media day, I think you're in one or two positions in the sport. You're either defending or you're climbing. I've had to spend the last 2 fights defending my position. After I get through Jimmy Crute, I'm going to start climbing. I'm going to look ahead of me. I think I get over one of those guys that's either coming off a win or if I don't care if it's the loser of Blachowicz and Glover. I don't know what Reyes has got going on, but there's the Yuri Prochaska's out there. Like, one of those guys are next. And I think you get over on one of those guys and we can start talking about title fights.
How excited are you to not have to prepare for 25 minutes?
Hey man, I'm pumped about that. Yeah, I'm excited about that. And honestly, it's really just the build up and the lead up. We don't train any harder or any less hard, depending on whether it's 3 or 5 rounds. It's all about the same. The pace of the fight is different, so I don't have to pace myself. I can put my foot on the gas Saturday night and not let off until the fight's over, and confident that I have plenty of gas in the tank to last the entire 15 minutes. So that's nice. The media obligations for me, to be very honest, are not any less than they would have been if I was the main event.
Right.
Because of, I guess, my profile and my media experience. The UFC absolutely utilizes me in the media, because not only do I do a good job of talking about my own fight, but I've had a lot of fun really hyping the entire event as a whole, just because of the level of stardom that's on this card. So really, that's the difference, man. It's just not as many eyes and it really less media leading up to the fight. The fight week stuff is about the same.
Well, we know you have a bright future in broadcasting once you actually decide to hang up those gloves. Anthony, this fight is an explosive way to kick off the UFC 261 pay-per-view on Saturday night. We truly appreciate your time. Go have some fun in your 51st professional fight, my man.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you guys.
You bet.
Thank you, Anthony.
Jordan and I will break down and make our predictions for the rest of the UFC 261 fights coming up after this quick break. You're listening to the MMA Plug, powered by DenverSportsBetting.com.